in the region, how we are sinking in the region. I think common sense would tell all of us that if we could cooperate and form a bloc here, and if India could take the lead with India, China, Pakistan, all our neighbors, and in this region, we would really be a formidable rival to what is left of the US and the West. But unfortunately, this is not happening. So would you put this more as a diplomatic failure or a lack of leadership? Or to connect to our previous talk, is it something to do with our DNA that we just cannot seem to pull ourselves up out of this mess?
India is not by itself in the region. There are other players as well. I think the era of blocs and alliances is done with. We are going to have, at best, alignments. We have been engaged with China very seriously, and I think till 2010, we were actually participating in BRICS and Shanghai Cooperation Organization and talking about the New World Order. We were lead role players in the New World Order. Have you noticed that we stopped talking about the New World Order and have become votaries of the old order with US hegemony? My view is irritating. The Indian elite lost its nerve in the shape of the rise of China and the asymmetry that emerged in that context. Instead of thinking through what we could do better, address issues relating to misgovernance, non-governance, the collapse of our security forces and the villainy that they are associated with, the rampant corruption, etc. None of that mattered. America bhago. The way our elite packed their bags and ran to Washington, D.C. to get the green card. Where is this patriotism? And those who stayed behind built up the relationship. Americans के साथ लग जाओ, हमारा सारा बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह हमारी देखभाल करेंगे. When? When did the United States ever back any ally anywhere in the world? Very rightly, the United States supports only one entity in the world, that is itself. Very rightly. And here is the Indian elite saying, a liar. We went into Quad. The Indian Navy crossed the Malacca Strait and went to South China Sea. Is that our normal habitat? And the Chinese gave us a reminder, put 20,000 troops in Ladakh and told us, your issues are here. You're going too far with the Americans. So yes, I would agree with you. We need to give priority to engagement with China. We need to recover the lost ground. It's not a one-way street, incidentally, and I must emphasize, China should also come on board. It's a complex relationship, and I don't want to trivialize it with some loose remarks. But yes, I believe that this triumph, and I'm a believer in that, so I'm in the alternative view. There is the pro-US lobby, that is 80% of these useless writers in India, and there is me and a few others. I value the relationship of Russia, China, and India. I believe in the relationship with Iran and with Afghanistan and with Turkey. I believe, and with West Asia, I believe this is our region. This is our crucial region. This is where we have to go, where we have to remain. But the point, madam, is not about failure of diplomacy. I would say it's an absence of diplomacy. I have not seen anything of significance. What I have seen is the reordering of the idea of India. I don't think you're going to get very far with that, and you'll do a lot of abuse at home. But you're not going to get any strategic advantage. Countries watch you. Countries watch you and decide how you are functioning. And not all are impressed. While you may have this media over here, which sings the song of great success, let us be very objective here. The rest of the world is not singing that song.